This year's gala theme, Nightfall in Gotham, playfully conjures images of superheroes, so appropriate for a Laps event because of the many real-life heroes in our community. We are often overwhelmed by the generosity, support, and caring of our community, and I don't think we're being overly dramatic in calling them heroes because they are truly saving lives. Tonight, we would like to share with you stories of heroism, just a few examples of the many fairy tale endings that happen throughout the year here at Laps. The adorable Alabama was pregnant and on death row before an intervention saved her life and the lives of her 7 unborn babies. Little Stu's story of survival is both heartbreaking and uplifting. He was literally scooped up from death's door. And the generosity of one hero brings the community together to lend a helping hand to those who need it most. Let's start in Alabama, the namesake of our mama and her 7 beautiful babies. Alabama and her 7 unborn babies arrived at our shelter literally one day before they were slated to be euthanized.
So yeah, they were gonna put her down with all of her puppies, so that's how she ended up here and ended up with us.
Honestly, it makes you feel like a hero. I felt very thankful that we were able to swoop in at that moment and give her and her puppies that second chance that they definitely deserved.
I'm like really proud of telling her story when somebody asks me about where my puppy came from.
Within 2 weeks of arriving at Laps, Alabama went into labor, adding 7 adorable puppies to our care. Lena eventually adopted one of those puppies.
And they were tiny and really cute, and then every day that we spent with them, it was amazing. I fell in love with Otis because he was the cutest one.
Puppies are a lot of fun and easy to fall in love with, but let's face it, it's not all fun and games. Puppies are a lot of work. So you didn't mind the extra work?
No, sometimes. Sorry. But they are so cute that you just forget it after.
As you can imagine, it's pretty easy to find homes for puppies. So it was also great that Mama quickly found her own heroes.
Oh, we just walked in here and it was just one of those things as soon as we saw her that we knew that we had to have her. Mm-hmm. Her puppies had their birthday, what, maybe 2 months ago? Yeah. I can't remember. Right. And so we brought Mama up to see him, and it was funny to see that all the puppies are actually bigger than her. Yeah.
It was super fun trying to get all those puppies to wear their hats and to scooch together for a picture, but it was super duper fun.
7 happy first birthdays would not have been possible without intervention. The same is true for little Stu, who was rescued from the wild by a wonderful, caring individual and brought to the shelter.
So it was super late one night, right before close. A woman had come in holding him. There had been a feral cat on the property that was attacked by a coyote quite a while ago. Unfortunately, they were not able to find all of the kittens in time, so Stu was the only survivor. When I first saw him, honestly, I thought he was already dead. So my heart dropped when I saw his little body laying there. But as soon as I gave him a few pets, he stirred and opened his eyes and looked at me.
When Stu came in to Mountain View, he was in lateral recumbency. He was severely underweight, a really poor body condition score. His temperature was below normal. Any nutrients that were going in and were just passing right throughout the back end like water. Yeah, he was in really, really, really rough shape. I didn't know if he was gonna make it, for sure.
After a vet visit, we determined that he had ringworm. So it made it a little bit more challenging to keep him in my home. He did have to live in my bathroom. So he was on a whole bunch of different medications, but as soon as he was better, he was able to come back to the Ice Oasis and undergo ringworm treatment, which he is now clear of.
Minimally, it's going to be 3 weeks. And luckily, Laps has the ability to do that versus with staffing and with Ice Oasis to keep them isolated from other animals so they're not spreading the ringworm, the viruses.
As soon as he started feeling a little bit better, he just showed his amazing personality. The little guy just seemed so happy to be alive. Immediately he would wag his tail, which was super weird, and his purr just was so loud. Very adorable.
going back to that day, I'm very surprised on how awesome he's doing. However, knowing and having the past 5 years to work with this team and community, I'm not that surprised. And that's why our hospital, we just love working with LAPS. It's the part that just fills our heart the most. It's awesome.
We are so grateful to organizations like Mountain View Veterinary Hospital for their generosity and willingness to help homeless animals. They are truly heroes. Another superhero in our community is Elizabeth Smith, who recognizes that saving the life of an animal has a broader impact than one might think.
I was very, very glad to be able to adopt Major. He's a wonderful, wonderful friend. Unfortunately, his life was cut short by congestive heart failure.
Amidst the heartbreak of losing a treasured companion, Elizabeth was moved to honor the legacy of Major by reaching out to strangers, recognizing that it's not just homeless pets that need our help, that sometimes in order to help those pets, we need to be able to help their people.
You can't always get your companion to the vet. I can't only imagine what it's like when you've tried everything and there's nothing left. And you're just in a terrible, terrible frame of mind. And it could be the last straw in your life just because of all the other hardships you've had. And now your best friend requires life-saving medical treatment. You don't have the resources, you don't have the means, and this is possibly the best friend you've got in life. And I've seen people who unfortunately are homeless with their pets. And I know how much they love them, and I know how much they care for them. And I wanted to leave some Major's, just something for him to go on for the wonderful guy he was, and the fact that he was part of LAPS, he was an alumnus. And I thought this was the way to give back. You want to remember a wonderful, wonderful friend. And giving back and helping others sometimes can change everyone's life.